celebration of the birth of the church, and it's also the celebration of the transfer of power via the Holy Spirit upon the disciples after the death of Jesus. Pentecost is a Greek word that means 50th, and so it's the 50 days following the resurrection of Jesus, Easter Sunday, all the way up to Pentecost Day. In Old Testament times, there was always a celebration called the Festival of the First Fruits, when it was a national holiday when Jews came from all over Judea to Jerusalem to give homage for their deliverance from the hands of the Egyptians and their acquisition of the Promised Land. It was a time of celebration and festivity. And it was a time when the issue of freedom was very prominent in the hearts and in the minds of the Jews. So during the New Testament times, when they were oppressed by the Romans, the Festival of the First Fruits was really a time when revolutionaries came together and refocused their energies and direction towards liberation. When Jesus told his disciples to stay in the city until they were clothed with power from on high, he was making reference to that freedom celebration, that liberation festival that he knew was coming to Jerusalem. And he knew that that time would be a time for the disciples to regather their energy and their strength and be able to carry on the mission. He had also charged them all throughout his brief ministry that all the things he did, they could do as well. And that one day they would come upon that same power, the same power of the Holy Spirit that baptized him in his water baptism at the River Jordan. He said there would be a baptism of fire, and he expected that baptism of fire. And even though he was not the one to receive it, he promised his disciples that they would receive power. So that's the history of Pentecost.